Apex has so many legends in the game currently. We have 19 to pick from, and Season 12 is right around the corner, so with the addition of Mad Maggie, it will be 20. That's a lot of legends to be dealing with, and some people get overwhelmed and don't know how to properly deal with certain attacks from legends. So hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8 Second Gaming, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down each legend to tell you how to counter them. But if you guys want even more help learning and understanding the legends Apex has to offer, you need to check out the GameLeap website right now. We have highly in-depth legend guides, positioning guides, gun guides, everything you need in order to jumpstart your climbs to Diamond, Masters, or dare I say, Predator. So click the link in the description right now and get your membership. Now let's dive right into the legends and kick things off with Ash. Ash's kit is built around finding out where fights are going down, getting on top of teams quickly, and locking down and singling out players for easy isolated kills. The best way to counter Ash is to make sure she can't split you up. If you are able to identify that an Ash is on the enemy team, then make sure you are all together and not running in separate directions. If one of you gets split, she can easily portal and snare you to make sure you can't get back to your team. Additionally, if you are able to see her portal, make sure to thermite it right away. If you are able to get a thermite on the ground waiting for them, you can get a huge opening to counter their attack and push onto them. Next up, we have Bangalore. Bangalores want to block off enemy sight with her smoke and be able to reposition without the other team knowing. So if you are facing Bangalore, try and focus her to force out the smoke. If you pressure them, they will most likely smoke themselves and not you, and then they won't be able to see where you're going. Use this to take off angles and finish the fight without being contested. Next up, Bloodhound. Blood is very meta in the game currently and is extremely strong. The best way to counter them is to try and avoid the scan. It has a very long cooldown when not in their ultimate. And avoiding the scan is actually a lot easier than people think. The scan comes out from Bloodhound in a cone, not a straight line. If you are even slightly off to the side, you won't be caught in the scan and can use the element of surprise once again. Now probably the hardest legend to counter, Caustic. Realistically, Caustic's only counter is another Caustic because they aren't affected by enemy gas, so he can walk in and clear traps. No, Crypto does not counter Caustic. But if you don't have a Caustic on your team, what you want to do is have multiple people take angles on the building. As you get closer, he will throw traps out and you can shoot the base of them. He will run out of barrels and you can slowly choke him out with pressure and nades. Now for Crypto, his drone can be annoying to deal with, and sometimes Crypto players will fly around their drone to distract someone as their team pokes out to dish out damage while you're trying to shoot the drone and not paying attention. An easy way to fix this is to set a designated drone shooter on your team. That way, no matter what, when you face a Crypto, you know who's going to be shooting the drone and you don't have to all look around for it when it flies towards you. Now we have Fuse, and most people get caught in his ring of fire for no reason. As soon as you see the ring of fire being shot, you need to start making your way towards what would be the edge of the circle. When the fire lands, it has a brief activation time where it won't hurt you and you can make it across if you react fast enough. This has saved me multiple times in fights from Fuse. Now for the other big boy, Gibby. He is very big and extremely easy to single out if he doesn't have his bubble, so try and focus him to force that out. It lasts 12 seconds, so start counting and hold out an arc star. When you hit around 4 seconds, throw the arc star, it will stick to the side of the bubble. But the bubble goes away very shortly, and that will leave the arc star to fall at Gibraltar's feet, stunning him and allowing you to finish him off because he has no bubble, he has no way to get out. Now, Horizon is much like Crypto, and there's not a whole lot to talk about here. You need to shoot their ultimate right away when you get caught in it. Have a set ultimate shooter, but if none of you are under pressure right away, help them out to kill it faster and get to safety. When playing versus Lifeline, most of them fall under the same tendency to throw themselves into harm's way to save a downed teammate. So if you are able to get a knock, try putting a few bullets into them to fake a thirst. This will draw out the lifeline from cover and have her in a bad spot. You can then swap your focus onto the lifeline and bam, you've won that fight. For Loba, it's a lot harder to kill her when she first throws her bracelet because she can run around now. So what you want to do is focus on where it lands if you have LOS. There is a landing animation that is long enough for you to one clip her out of it if you are accurate enough. This is the best way to deal with her quickly. For Mirage, his clones are easy to deal with. Number 1, there's a slight input delay, so whatever one moves first is the real Mirage. Number 2 is when he first ults, the real Mirage arms glow blue. Keep track of that and you'll know which one the real one is. And number 3, just look at the direction they are running. If one is moving around terrain and hopping over things, that's the real Mirage. Now Octane is kind of a tricky one also. His stim make him very fast in fights, and when pairing that with strafing, he is extremely hard to nail down and kill. So what you want to do is consistently reposition so that he runs further and further away from his team. At a certain point he will be isolated and you can team fire him for an easy kill. Pathfinder is a walking fridge when indoors. Simple enough, bait him into buildings, he can't use any of his abilities and he is as good as dead. It's really that easy. Rampart walls can be annoying to deal with from time to time, but you should always be carrying nades when playing Apex. So throw nades or an ability over the wall to force her to look away or reposition. You can then use that time to take positive space and keep contesting until she can't put up any more walls and is open. For Revenant, it's basically the same as Ashe. You want to stick together when fighting a team that's rev totemed, because then you can team fire and send them back very quickly and not open any opportunities for them to re-push you after they're gone. With Seer, you can actually use his tactical against him. Most get a false sense of confidence when they hit it. If you allow yourself to get tagged by it, they will push you. You can then set up on angles with your teammate and punish them when they get too close. This seems like one that wouldn't work, but trust me, Seers love pushing anyone they hit with their tactical. Try it out for yourself. Currently in the game, Valkyrie is the most annoying legend with how good her ultimate is, and I'm sure a lot of people have dealt with a team running away in Valk ult from fights. Well, you need to start canceling it. If you're able to do damage to Valk in her initial launch phase, I mean even 1 damage, the slightest bit of damage, before she starts flying up, it will cancel the ultimate and leave that team very open to just being killed. Bonus points if one of you is able to land a god nade right before they fly away. Now for my main girl Watson, most of the time she will put fences behind her to hear if anyone shoots them. That will then alert her and her team that someone is coming up behind you. But you can actually wall bounce over top of a WATTSON'S fence to get around it without alerting anyone, giving you the opportunity to walk up behind uncontested and have free kills. And lastly, for Wraith, she is very annoying to fight, especially with her tactical being so good. But there is an animation she does before and after she phases, where she can't use a gun most of the time. I don't want to get into any of the ready up glitches because it is a glitch and I don't want to cover that. But most of the time she won't be able to use a gun, and that's when you want to focus her. She's a free kill at that stage. Each legend has their own little gimmick they have going on, and each one has their specific way to be countered. Now that you know this information, you'll start to notice these things in fights and be able to counter legends a lot easier and win a lot more fights because of this. All the information I gave in this video I personally use when climbing into higher ranks and even pro scrims and tournaments like ALGS. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much, I appreciate you. Now leave a comment down below telling me when you started Apex so that I know you made it this far in the video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one and learned something new. If you did, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button to never miss another one of our videos. Thank you all for watching. Once again, I'm 8 Second Gaming and I will see you in the next one.